My. Aren't you my little songbirds from the cafeteria? Weren't they with you?
Who, these guys?
Well, I'm sure you've learned the school song by now. You better know it. Because this time, if you don't get it right, you're suspended for 10 days each. Now, is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. The school song. Let me hear it.
All right, fellas. Let them hear it. Fair East Side. Fair East Side. Fair East Side. By thy side will stand and always praise thy name. Praise thy name, praise thy name. To ever, yeah. Lend a hearts and hands to help increase thy fame. Ooh, Lord, the honor, yeah, of old Eastside High, cause forth our loyalty. Loyalty. So cheap.
All right. Who taught you that? Answer me. I know you didn't do it yourselves. Sams.
What?
Who taught you this song? Speak up!
Mrs. Powers.
Mrs. Powers, eh? Come with me, all of you.
Ain't nobody hotter. Thank you for tuning in with your girl Tasha. We handle business, we ain't about to gossip. Here to uplift ya, now it's time to boss up. Hey, tune in, nah, you can't miss. Making sure that you get your daily wake up list. We yelling bam, good vibes, good energy. Bam, being authentically me. Shout out Little Mo and Trinity, that's mini me. Gotta keep it in the family. Hey, your girl Tasha, YGT. Time to get it hype. Hey, this is what you need. Hey, go ahead, turn it up. This my jam, being authentically me like bam. With your girl Tasha, hey, let's dance. Being authentically me like bam. Now it's time to get it, wake up, time to handle business. Hey, now it's time to get it, wake up, time to handle business. Yeah, we about to get it live with your girl Tasha. Hey, like bam, let's go.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Tasha, known to the world as the Tasha Carpenter, but everybody calls me your girl Tasha because when you hang with me, what it is like you are hanging with your girl, and y'all know what my favorite word it is, bam, because I'm always being authentically me. And guys, I am so excited. You know the drill. You know the drill is really free. I need you guys to go ahead, get it started, hit share, start inviting because today is all about a feel-good show. You know, we've been doing all that little election stuff, no politics today, just feel good. And y'all saw the beginning, y'all saw that opening video because we are blessed today to have hanging in the studio with us. Let me go and hit it and go, bam. It's Mr. Nitty Green in the studio with us.
What the deal?
Hey, nothing much, man. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I saw you in the background telling me to cut him. I'm like, I like to go there when he go there and yell at the choir lady and be like, you know what, you did it. You just rewrote the new song. That's just such a feel-good movie that people look at, that everybody just loves it. And look, we had some people coming on already. We had Chicago checking in with Terrence Coleman saying good morning. But down in South Kakalaki, Erica was singing in the chat. She's like, praise our name, right? Yeah. Well, look, there you go, Elise. She said, I can't wait to see Nitty Green. There you go, baby. There go Nitty Green. And we got the comments coming in already. Miss Michelle Ford said, good morning. My cousins graduated from Eastside High in 88, and I had the honor of seeing Mr. Clark speak at their graduation that year. All right. And another South Carolina, Natasha coming in. Thank you, guys. Just remember to share and invite. So, Nitty,
Yes.
You know, I just saw the memory came up maybe last month. It's just over a year ago that we was hanging out because you and the guys came down here, and me and my best girlfriend Ingrid met you at Lee's restaurant and hung out with the Riff guys and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And who knew how it was going to be today? Oh my God, so much craziness has happened.
Crazy, craziness, Tasha. Craziness. I can't even believe the state of emergency, man, that it like had become, man. Like I thought it wasn't real. I thought, we was gonna just bounce back from what was about to happen. Like who knew that this COVID thing was gonna just shine on the earth like this, man? And I just thought it was gonna be a fad. We was gonna get through it in a couple of weeks, and we was pretty much gonna resume with our regular scheduled program. But
regular scheduled program, right? That's what we need. I like that.
That's not what happened, man. That's not what happened. Mm-mm.
So what are your thoughts of what have you been doing during the pandemic? Because a lot of people went through transitions and stuff, especially people who were forced to sit their behind still. Some people couldn't handle being with themselves. Huh. So for you, how have you grown, or have you learned some new things about yourself that you didn't realize because you was too busy doing everything? What has COVID meant to Nitty Green?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man, and I'm gonna keep it 100,000 because I feel like I'm at the house. You understand? I feel like I'm at the house. I'm talking to family. I feel like I'm sitting at the table and we just having a conversation. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. It taught me to slow down for a minute because I was ripping and running all the time, ripping and running. So I had a chance to sit down and try to figure out, my next moves. You know what I mean? Because we weren't out there doing shows. Riff wasn't doing that many shows at the time. You know what I mean? And, since this COVID, man, like we had a lot of dates expand, like they shot up, boom. And then this COVID thing happened. We had to shut down again. I'm like, man, what luck is this? So I'm sitting around, man. And you know what I mean? Danielle said to me, she goes, yo, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You sitting here, you know what I mean? You feeling sorry that the shows has slowed down. What are you going to do? She said, I think that you and the guys need to come up on like your pages and take a day. Each one of y'all take a day and try to figure it out. Y'all need to stay collected. You need to stay active so that your fans can see exactly what you're up to. I said, that's a great idea. So I put out the Riff signal and, I sent it out to see who was with it. And a couple of us was with it and, we tried it and didn't work out. So that's when, you know what I mean, I got in contact with, my little brother, P.I.E. And D, the producer of the show was like, listen, Mike, you need to interview Pi, or let Pi interview you. I forgot how it all went down. But we started Vibe Sessions, and we came up with the slogan, Life, Love, and Music, and we sent that out, and people received it. And we just, we started our own little podcast, and it's been going over real good. I've been in the studio cutting new material, music right here at the house, cutting songs, and I just started doing some new videos. So we get ready to tear things up this year. You're gonna see Riff is coming with a new project, Nitty Green gonna come with an EP, and Men of Vision is also in the studio working on their new stuff. So get ready. It's getting ready to go down 2021.
All right. Let me get some. I like it. Good morning, Aunt D. That's my aunt. So if you see some kind of crazy comment, don't worry. She's just a feisty senior citizen. She be messing with all my guests.
Turn it up.
Miss Harlan is on there. Hey, Harlan. And you got some hearts coming from Danielle Silver.
Yeah.
And good morning from the beautiful Tina Rash on there. Matter of fact, Tina, you know what? Tina is a breast cancer fighter, And she actually has she's creating baskets to give to other survivors right now while she's in the midst of doing her own fight. So Tina, feel free to drop your information in the comment, girl. You know I'll share it too. And my auntie says she shared, and all of you guys need to share as well. Okay. Now look, you talked about this vibe session. And you gonna mess around. See, that's how it is when you with family. You might have things lined up that you're gonna ask, and they just burst it out before you even have a chance to put it out there. But it's okay. I mean, so you explained how it came about, but what is the feel of vibe sessions? And how long have you known? I mean, this just came from the guy Pi interviewing you. You didn't know him before, or had y'all had a history or a relationship?
No. The idea came from Danielle. She suggested that we do it. You know what I mean? And I thought that it would be a good idea to get my brother. He's my brother. Pi is my little brother.
Your real brother?
You might as well say my real brother. We're close friends, but we're like real brothers. That's like my real brother, like from we were young. Like
your girl Tasha ain't never heard about Pi, but okay.
You never heard about Pi? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, when you meet him, you're gonna love him. That's my brother. So we talked about doing a podcast, and Danielle suggested we need to do something fresh if we was going to do it. So we started a podcast called Vibe Sessions, and we only talk about love, life, and music. We're not talking politics. We want to take people away from the ratchet stuff that you really see or sometimes see on Facebook and Instagram, and all of the politics, all of the stuff that's going on in the world. We try to bring people together to talk about life, like relationships and, stuff that happens around the house and stuff like that. Love, you know what I mean? We talk about how, relationships can stay better, you know what I mean? Or how they can get better. And it's like a therapy page. Like when we get into our little conversations and stuff like that, it's therapy for me because I learn a lot about relationships, and there's some things that I just don't know. And the people be spewing back information. I'm like, oh, okay. So you learn a lot from that. Also, we do the music where I play music, and then I get some of my friends that I know in the industry to stop by, and we celebrate them. We celebrate the things and the jewels that they have laid down in the game. You know what I mean? As far as the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, you're going to see a little bit of everybody on Vibe Sessions, and we're just talking love, life, and music. We talk love, life, and music with everybody, even the artists. We don't care. We bring it Vibe Session style. So Little Pi is my brother. You will definitely get a chance to meet him. I wish he was around. I'll pop him on right now so you can see him. But that's what we do.
Did you see Little Pi got a shout out from Elise Levine? She said she loved Little Pi, and she was saying good morning on here as well too. But she giving a shout out about him, so that's all right. Okay, I'll be looking forward to meeting Mr. Little Pi. Now you know what? Oh, there we go. Let me get. Tina says, there you go, guys. Real quick, I'm gonna just leave Tina's comment up on the screen if you guys wish to help with her and her creations of breast cancer baskets. Just write down our information. I'm gonna leave it right up there for a little bit while me and Nitty continue to talk. We got to take it back. We got to take a little trip back, and then we'll come back to the Ford now. This whole thing, I mean, Michelle Ford was talking about how she had the pleasure of going to Eastside High, and of course Eastside High is in Patterson, New Jersey. And something about you, Nitty, that I noticed when you talk about, I'm gonna keep it like family right here. You are very family oriented.
I am.
You are very, very family oriented. So of course I got to know a little bit about you and how you, good morning to you, Paula. You singing this morning, Harlan? All right, girl. Oh no, it's we singing. No, he's not singing. He's not singing this morning, but we got something for you, okay? He not singing this morning, all right? I need to send him over some of those good old herbs that we have to help him out, so it won't be no singing this morning. P-Town in the house. Okay, guys, I'm going to try to keep all your comments coming up. I try to watch everything. Julio Rojo says P-Town in the house. Okay. So tell us about because you're all about family.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like growing up in Patterson? I assume because you went to Eastside High School that you grew up in Patterson, of course.
Yeah.
What was it like in the Green household in Patterson as you grew up?
Hey man, my household was very loving. You know what I mean? I had, it was a strong woman base though. We had a lot of women in my house. You know what I mean? Of course, I had, the guys that I can look up to, like my Uncle Larry, my Uncle Hezron, my Uncle Tango. You know what I mean? My Uncle Steve, my Uncle Steven, of course, like he was like, to me, my Uncle Steve was like the baller. You know what I mean? He had all of the toys that everybody wanted. He had the motorcycle, he had the race car. Everybody wanted to be like Uncle Steve. But yeah, my household, listen, my mother was a singer. I watched my mother sing, and I picked up a lot of, that's how I knew that I could sing. I grew up playing the drums, you know what I mean, at my church, for the junior choir.
Uh-huh.
And so how I first knew that I had a little voice was my mother. One day we're in junior choir rehearsal. She calls me up and like, yo, Mike, I want you to sing this song, son. See, my mother was the organist. My Aunt Della was the director. So they must have talked about it, planned it. Because I was a very shy guy, you know what I mean? These girls planned this. This is just what I believe on today. They planned it. And they had me come in rehearsal and I want you to learn this song. I want you to sing it. So now I'm pissed off. I'm pissed because they knew that I stuttered. You know what I mean? They was trying to break me out of that thing. So I wrote my first song from the junior choir, man. And that's how I got my first bug. But in my home, man, it was just love, man. My grandmother she demanded love. And we had family dinners on Sunday. It seemed like everybody from the church would come over after church, would come over to our house to eat dinner. So it was like soul food. You ever seen the movie Soul Food?
I did.
All right. It was exactly the same thing. It's like,
how many siblings did you have?
Oh my God. Okay. As far as myself, I had 2 sisters and it's just me. But as far as my family, I'm telling you, the whole church would come over. It's like cousins, and it's between our house, which was Esther Bess's house. You're gonna do it like that. You're gonna show me like that. That's funny.
Let me put that thing back up. Hold on. Hey, audience, I'm giving away $500 to the person that can figure out which one is him. So
Nice. Okay. I see where you go with this, Tasha. Yo.
And look, wait a minute. I keep on track. I bounce around Nitty. Look who's in the house. Pie. What's up, Pie?
You see him? There you go.
He in the house.
P-I-E. What up, baby?
He in the house. Okay. They have to put your picture up.
My God. I'm going to get you for that one. I'm going to get you for that one, buddy.
Okay, so back to soul food.
Yeah, soul food. Everybody from the church would either split houses. It would be my Aunt Marie house, or it would be my grandmother Esther Best house. So the family would split up and go to either one of these houses. Each one of these families, man, it's I want to tell you, it'd be 40 people in the house eating. It was crazy. Listen, man, I miss those days because we used to cook out, man. I had one of them uncles that'd go get one of them pigs, cut them open, wham, split them open. He'd be split open, man, on the grill woo. Glen Rock, New Jersey, man. I'm telling you right now, those were the days. But anyway, my family was very, very close. We still close today. And, I just thank God, man, for a lot of that, my upbringing, man. That's why I love so hard. I love hard. I love everybody so hard. I'll tell them in a minute. I love them because that's the way I was brought up, man. Just showing love. It's crazy.
All right, all right. Look, you got some love coming to you. Ms. Nakia Johnson says, I love Nitty and the whole Riff family. I'm their biggest fan. Nakia, do you got you a Riff shirt, girl? How big of a fan you are? Do you got you a Riff shirt, girl? And let's see.
What's up, Nakia?
Tina said there's nothing like a Sunday dinner. And Elise said, oh my, was that little Nitty Green? And of course, Pi said your whole family was in church. Laugh out loud. Yes.
It's true. It's true.
That's some awesome stuff. Now we got to fast forward. So mom gets you involved in the singing, takes you all for your drums and everything and stuff. And then you end up going to Eastside High School. Now, I think it's only fair to tell everybody, how in the world did you end up landing a part in the hit movie where Morgan Freeman was portraying that old Joe Clark, who was so unconventional and controversial in his discipline and how he ran the school as a principal? How did you end up landing that part in the movie? And tell me, was Joe Clark everything that the movie portrayed him to be?
Listen, I want to tell you right now that Morgan Freeman, first of all, you know what I mean? When we were told about the movie, you know what I mean? We didn't believe that it was going to happen. That's number one. Number two, Riff pretty much got a shot to be in the video, got a shot to be in the movie because Mr. Clark wanted us in the movie because we changed the school song around. I call it the remix. What happened was, you know what I mean, Mr. Clark pretty much called me to his office one day. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. This is how Riff got started and how we got to be a part. So what happened was Mr. Clark called me to his office. He had 2 girls in his office waiting. I didn't know this, but he called me over the loudspeaker. Mr. Best, come to the office.
Oh boy.
This is doing homeroom. And so I get down there. The secretary points. She goes, over there. So I'm like scared out of my boots, right? So I walk in and Mr. Clark goes, he goes, Mr. Best, how you doing today? I'm like, he says, listen, do you know these 2 girls? I was like, yeah. He goes, are you dating any one of these girls? Truth be told, I liked one, and put it like this, I liked them both, but I wasn't like really rocking with them like that at the time. How it found out, I think one was a little jealous and she was trying to get me caught out there. She knew that Mr. Clark will fix it. If it was any nonsense, Mr. Clark was going to fix it. That's what she thought. So what happened was I walked in, he's like, He said, so Mr. Best, he said, it seems to me that you a playboy. He said, just for that, sir. He said, I want you to sing the school song for me. And I begged him, because truth be told, I didn't know the school song at the time. I wasn't trying to learn it at the time because it was corny, it was boring. You know what I mean? So, and listen, coming into Eastside High School, he demanded that you learned it. And if you didn't, and if he caught you, he asked you to do it. And all of my Eastsiders that is tuning in can vouch for this. If you didn't know it, he will suspend you. You know what I mean? So to make a long story short now, he said to me, he said, I want you to sing the school song. I said, Mr. Clark, please, let me come back tomorrow, and I promise you I will bless you with a version that you haven't heard before. Bam. He grant me that wish. The God shined down on me because I didn't know it. The God the gods shined down on me and gave me that pass. When school was over, I ran over to Anthony and Dwayne's house, and we put together a rendition of the school song. Came back the next day, and Mr. Clark introduced us. After he did the national anthem, he introduced us and was like, listen, ladies and gentlemen, here's the Playboys. And we turned up, man. We turned that school song out in a different way. After we were done, he was looking at us like, you know what I'm saying? He's looking at us, and then we heard this roar, like this. The whole school was clapping and yeah. Mr. Clark got over the loudspeaker, was like, listen, I want everybody to learn the school song as you hear it today. He said, I need y'all to sing it exactly the way these dudes sing it. And we end up singing that song for about a year at Eastside. Mr. Clark said to us, I'm making a movie. I want you guys in it. When Warner Brothers came to the school, we sang the song for Warner Brothers, and they wrote us into the script. And that's how we got our shot, man. We got our shot. It was pure luck and timing. But it happened.
All right, now look, and he said, here's the Playboys. It's funny because Tina Rash was on here. She was thinking the same thing I was thinking. We was about, I liked one of them, but I wasn't messing with it. Look, Tina said, somebody was trying to be a player.
Yo, it was crazy, Tasha. I'm telling you, it was a good time. You know what I mean? Like when Morgan Freeman first came to the building, we was like bugging out. Like Mr. Clark was like, he got over the loudspeaker and was like, look, I told y'all that the movie was going to happen. He said, today we have Morgan Freeman in the building. He will be shadowing me. He said, I need y'all to be on your best behavior. And we seen Morgan Freeman walking around the building with Mr. Clark, watching his every move, how he did things. So as far as playing the role of Mr. Clark, he had it down to a T.
All right, now look, you gotta confirmation. Where was it? Pi said, yeah, he suspends you in a heartbeat, and he said expeditiously.
Expeditiously. Suspend you right away if you didn't know the school song. He didn't know who you were. Like, no. I'll take that back. He knew it's funny, he knew every student in the building. So if he called on you, I want you to sing the school song. It can be in the hallway, walking to the next class. If he see, like, people were literally trying to dodge him when they see him. Because he will stop you and ask you something crazy. Sing the school song for me. And if you don't know it, he will suspend you. It's crazy. But that's what he did, man. Mr. Clark.
Wow, Jolene. Yes, it is definitely a great story, Jolene. And Tina said, this is so amazing. I had no idea. She also said you were in the right place at the right time. I'm glad he gave you a chance to learn that song and that music. That's right. Imagine sometimes what Chanel said, facts. I got you, Chanel. She said facts. Imagine, sometimes, it's just a part of life that we are resistant to do certain things. Like, man, I ain't trying to do that. And we don't know when we say no to stuff. I always tell people the choice to say yes or no is a choice to block or take hold of your blessings. And look, for you, that led to a blessing, right?
Oh my God. Listen, Tasha, I was homeless at the time. Let me kick it to you.
You ain't told me that part before.
Listen, at the time, like my family, we owned a big house. You know what I mean? I was young at the time, but like straight up and down, somehow we end up losing it. You know what I mean? So you know what we do. We move in with other family members. So my Aunt Della had like a little mansion. Her and my Uncle Steve, they had like this little mansion on 17th Ave. And I swear to you, man, like the whole, like it was 3-family home. That whole 3 families moved in with my Aunt Della. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of us. But I thank my Aunt Della and my Uncle Steve for keeping the family together. You know what I mean? And then when that movie started happening, we started making money, yo. That money, I was able to get my family up out of there and move into another house. Like God was in the blessing business. Listen, he's in the blessing business regardless. You know what I mean? But I was trying to be faithful at the time. I prayed all the time. I'm like, yo, God, please. Who knew that Lean on Me was going to happen, man?
Man, and look, what are we now? 31 years?
Come on, talk about it.
31 years, guys. Can y'all believe that? We old.
We old, yo. We still pushing.
Oh my God. Okay, so now he called y'all the Playboys.
Right.
You refer to, we're always talking about the Lean on Me boys. When did the name Riff come into existence and how did that come about?
Easy. It happened just like this.
Hold on.
Rehearsal. We was in rehearsing to meet the people from Warner Brothers. You know what I mean? So, we in there, we're singing a song by Gladys Knight and the Pips, Giving Up Is Hard to Do. And one of the members, Anthony Fuller, okay, started going to church. You know how black folk do, man. We take it a little bit too far in rehearsals. And he took it to the next level. He started feeling that thing. And my manager, Skip Van Rensselaer, was like, hold on, stop. He stopped it. It was like, listen, brothers. He was like, man, woo. He said, that felt good. He said, man, but I'm going to tell you something, man. He said, y'all need to change y'all name from the Playboys to Riff, man. He said, because y'all just doing too much of that riffing stuff. And it stuck. We was like, that sounds dope, man. We going to do just that. And it went from the Playboys to Riff.
All right. Now, I'm sure some people are trying to think about the members in the group today, the adult Riff versus the Eastside High School Riff. How has things changed? Who's still a part of it? I know we lost one member. I just want to allow you to give some honor to him.
Copy. I like to say, rest in peace to my brother, Kenny Kelly, man. Like if it wasn't for him, I called him the voice. Like he was the voice of the group. He had one of those voices, man, that like stuck out. You know what I mean? That stuck out in the band. And it's funny, like before he passed, we had talked about doing a reunion record because we had took a break for a minute, but we talked about, I've been trying to get him to do a reunion record for years. And he ended up passing in his sleep. You know what I'm saying? And it hurt me, like, because he had agreed to do it. And like I said, it took years for him to even consider doing it again. Like he had stopped doing it. He had stopped singing. He started doing his own thing. Like he had a group called Mind Frame, and they were doing well. Like it was like spoken word singing, and it was rap. It was amazing what he was doing. But I finally got him to say, Nitty Green, let's do it, man. And 2 days later, he passed away. So I was broken for a minute. I'm still broken by that because I can't believe it, because we did so much together to see like brothers that you grew up with, man, and you kind of had this bond. Like it still hurts to not to have them with us. But anyway, Riff, the original members was, myself, Michael Best, AKA Arthur Fonzarelli, just want to let y'all know right now. And then it was Anthony Fuller, Dwayne Jones, Stephen Capers, who is still in the group, and Kenny Kelly. Anthony Fuller is still in the group at the time. We have 2 new members, which is Delvis Damon and Andre Lamar. And when I tell you that these brothers are singers, man, they add such a great addition to the new style that we have today. Like these guys help us hold it together. These are our real brothers. We love them. And this is where Riff is today, man. We have a new project coming out next year. It's ready. The album is done.
Man, yeah, y'all, them boys, they was blowing. Matter of fact, guys, you need to stay to the end, because at the end, I just got a little bit. I should have just let it roll, because when I was hanging out with them last year in Hagerstown, Maryland, of all places, drove an hour and 30-some minutes. But I had Nitty. I had a recording, and afterwards they even went into some old time gospel music. Like you just want to get up and shout, and it was awesome. But at the end of the show, when we take it out, I am going to just play so that y'all could compare, because we started off with them in the movie singing the school song, but I have them that night as well. So we're going to end the show with that. So you better hang around to the end so you can get that in here. Now, Riff came out with two CDs.
Yes, we had 2 CDs. We were on a bunch of movie soundtracks. It was great.
Okay, so how did those CDs, what were the names of them, and how did they come about? Or what type of feel were the CDs?
All right, so after, we filmed the movie, the music director, the producer of the movie, and the writer formed a production company called Fair Shot Productions. And Riff was signed to them, us with Jermaine Hopkins and that girl that said, Mr. Clark don't play. she was signed to the production company. So these guys, these gentlemen, were shopping us a record deal. We landed a deal on SBK Records. We auditioned for SBK Records, and I want to say that they loved us, but it was the stamp. This lady Blossette Kitson, she was the one that came in there. They brought her in. They let her listen to us. She was like, "Oh yes, sign those boys. You can't let them get away." I owe Blossette so much. I love her. Like, she's the one that, you know, gave the stamp, like, "Yo, get them." And with that, we were able to put out our self-titled album, Riff, our first album, which had the singles "My Heart Is Felony," "If You're Serious," and "Every Time My Heart Beat." Both like that. That album was a great album for us, man. We had a couple top 10 hits, and we had, you know, we went on tour with Vanilla Ice, opening up for him for 6 months.
Ice, baby. Oh
yeah. Oh yeah. It landed us a song on his To the Extreme remix album. We did a song with Vanilla Ice called "I Love You."
Oh,
yeah.
Wait a minute now. Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, we actually did a video. So there's a video out there on that as well. You'll see us blowing. And we filmed that in Prince's house, Paisley Park. We was in Prince's house, Prince in the back watching us. After they said cut, I went to go like try to find him, because Prince is like my #1 artist. So I was going through his house. I'm looking for him. I'm a stalker, man. You dig? I'm looking for Prince. He's hiding from me. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm going through all the rooms. I seen his studio, where like they make his clothes, his guitars and stuff. I'm going through his house, man, like it ain't nobody business, man. Luckily, there wasn't no phones and stuff at that time where you can record it. It wasn't happening then. You know what I mean? But to go back to Riff, we ended up recording the second album now. And, you know, we put out 2 albums under SBK Records.
Okay, now I got a couple of, well, I think I'm gonna bounce around and where my mind is going, but I should have known. Michelle Ford, like every time I have a music artist, she knows everything about every genre of song and everything. And she said she loved If You Were Serious. I had got free tickets in California to go to this thing, and all the people that was on there, I was like, I don't know none of these people. And she said, girl, this one's saying this and that one's saying this. That's just who she is. But I'm laughing too, Nitty, because I warned you about my auntie. And she done took all this time to finally type you a message from the beginning when I said you weren't able to sing. Look, she said, if you're not feeling well, get yourself a cup of rock and rye, get in a hot tub and sweat it out. If married, have your wife rub you down in some icy hot and Bengay, and I guarantee that you're going to feel better.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that, Auntie.
That's her.
I appreciate that.
So now this whole thing, there's been some stories because you're not with SBK anymore.
No, we actually lost our deal, you know, due to we weren't able to get on the same page to do the third album. What happened was we had the big meeting. We had the big meeting. We had to sit down with the company because they weren't feeling the second album because we went a different way. That's the To Whom It May Concern album. We went a different way. We strayed from the formula from the first album. So they wanted to stop the album so that we could go into the studio to do the third album. And, you know, some of us wasn't ready to do that because they felt like we had some more records on this album that could be released. So we sat down, we couldn't come to an agreement, and we end up, you know, walking away. We weren't thrown off the label. We quit as a team. You know what I mean? It was more like, all right, we're going to try to do something else. And they told us at the time, it was like, listen, we have y'all lined up to win. Please let me explain. We have David Foster, who is one of the biggest producers in the land, that's going to produce the whole entire album. Okay? There was a new producer that was coming on the scene that they wanted him to do maybe like 2 songs. And his name was D'Angelo. Okay. D'Angelo had just signed with EMI, and they wanted him to do 2 songs on our record. But they wanted David Foster to do the whole meat and potatoes of the record. So we were going back and forth with them. They said, look, just go in, record 1 song with David and see how y'all feel. So we went to the studio, met David Foster. We recorded 1 song, smashed it. But still, the brothers wanted us. And, you know, some of the brothers felt like we still had some material on the record that needed to come out. And they weren't ready to do that. They didn't want to put no more money into a record that they wasn't trying to push. They're like, nah, it's not going to happen. So tell me what y'all want to do. And the brothers was like, we out of here. See, when you young and you walking around with a little change, you know what I mean? You got money. You like, okay, I'm good, man. I'm going to go get another situation. I got money. I'm good. They told us, yo, man, it's not going to be that easy. So we feel we got blackballed from the game at that time. You know what I mean? Like we couldn't, I mean, we went everywhere trying to get this deal. Everywhere. Everybody was like, yo, are y'all crazy? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Y'all had a perfect situation over there. Like, what are y'all? Nobody wanted to touch us because they thought we had a perfect situation. They told us to go back. It was like, no, go back because they believe and y'all winning. We couldn't, man. We kind of messed that situation up. But anyway, no, we're not on SBK Records. We're still friends with the people that worked in their record company closed down.
Let me stop you. Hold on. Uh-huh. I got to jump in there. You talking about you messed up that situation. You don't know that. You might have cleared your way because there's something else. You remember you said God is in the blessing game. Because, you know, right. I was thinking about it. Me and my friend, he was talking and he told me a story that I didn't know about him with him being in the Navy at a point where they were he had an opportunity to go in another part of the Navy. And back at that time, due to some racism type of stuff, he was denied the opportunity and told where he was going to be going. And he told the man, no, I'm not doing that. He said, oh, you belong to the Navy, sir. Son, you want to do what the Navy wants you to do. He left there.
Wow.
It was at his time when he could have read up or not, and he chose not to read up, and right. He got many other blessings from getting from that. So don't be acting like you messed it up because you never know. It's power in your words. It's how you define the words that determine what you get from it. Okay, so we ain't gonna be saying that. You got some big stuff coming to you. And look, Pi, I'm gonna jump back real quick and then come back real quick. Pi said he know about Rock and Wide because it's an old remedy. But since then, Auntie done said, you're welcome. She's available to rub you down if you need her to. All right.
Okay, Auntie, cool.
So look, now you started working and doing work by yourself as an independent artist as well too, right? So when did that transition to say, okay, I'm gonna start working on my own Nitty Green project? When did that take place? And I mean, you and the guys, all of you guys kind of do something on your own. So it's not like you felt any kind of betrayal or whatever, but when did you decide, let me step out here and do a solo thing?
You know what? Truth be told, I never wanted to do nothing like that. Because I'm one of those guys, like those group members, man, that like to be in the background, step out, do my hoo, step back in the back, chill. You know what I mean? I'm shy when it comes to that. But if you ever see Riff on stage, I'm kind of like the circus conductor. I pretty much run the show while we on the stage. So it's like when I'm on stage, it's a different thing. When it comes to recording, I don't think I ever wanted to do stuff by myself. One day, man, I was just, I just decided, it just clicked out. Let me just try it. And I did it. I liked it. And I decided I was just going to cut a few songs and just see what people think about it, man. So you know how you get, you know when you got a fire, right? You got a fire burning, and like, you know, you just keep putting wood on it. You keep putting wood in the flame. Listen, I just kept cutting records, and that flame kept going, and I have about 6 songs now, man, that I'm thinking, you know, I'm trying to, you know, I didn't know that I was going to have close, you know, like a full project to put out. So I'm thinking about next year, man, just putting out an EP, see what happened. I don't know. There's a lot of things going on right now that I cannot believe. So I'm just going to stay prayed up, number one, and make sure I'm building my team. And we gonna go, man. I'm here now. I'm too deep in it. You know, my feet is in the water. I gotta keep it going, Tasha.
All right, well, you definitely keep it going, because I'm gonna tell you something. That With Me, that Joker is fire.
Thank you.
That Joker is fire. I'm gonna tell you, because you know, you the last time you were supposed to be on the show a couple of weeks ago, but we had to postpone it due to some things coming up. Yeah. But I tell you, like, I was listening to that song over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm loving it. So tell me, give me the setup. Is there some Nitty been through some things in that song?
You know what? I'm gonna keep it 100,000. I didn't write the song. No, I did not write the song. My little nephew wrote the song, Rob McCoy. All praises to the great Rob McCoy. Now, let me explain something to you about Rob McCoy. All right, he's a trailblazer, writer, producer, engineer. He's, I'm gonna give him his props right now. I used to be like, me and his father and his mother sang in a group when I was younger by the name of Suede. So I know this young man since he was a baby, you know what I'm saying? And I did not realize that I would be working with him, but he always told me, he said, Nick, I got a song for you, man. I got a song just for you. He said, I'm working on it. I'm gonna make it tight. Because I had gave him a track, you know what I mean? And he said, yo, I got the song. Just let me get it down. He got it down. He let me hear it. I'm like, that's me. That's exactly what I want to say. And he's like, I know. What you need to be saying. Now I'm looking at him. He's a youngster. You know what I mean? So he's singing this thing to me, and I'm just like, let's do it.
Wait a minute, how old is he?
Yeah, Rob has to be about, he gotta be, listen, if you see him, he looks 17. But he has to be like, he gotta be in his 20s, like the high 20s. You know what I mean? But I would he's a writer, producer. He's got it. Check him out. He got his own stuff out there right now, but he's getting ready to come out and hurt some cats, man, when it comes to that music thing, man. He got it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I would be asking them. I mean, if you that young, where this come from, guys? Y'all gotta hear it. Look, here we go. Check it out. With Me, featuring Nitty Green.
Uh-oh.
You a man who is proud to tell the world that you're his one. Yeah, you need a man who's gonna tell the other girls who come around that you're his one. I know he broke you down all the way to the ground, made you feel like you were someone crazy, lied to you, put the blame on you, although you got it red-handed. You're all I see, all I need. I breathe, I don't know if I can live without you. I'm down to ride when you're by my side. You can let your guard down with me, baby. With me. I need you to sit back and relax, baby. Stop getting mad at things that aren't even there, baby. Come on over here, baby. ain't your ex-boyfriend, you're with a real man. Oh, now believe that you really with me. So happy that you are mine, that ain't got time for no hoes, no hoes. You ain't gotta worry about a woman coming to you as a woman. You're all I see, all I need. The air I breathe, I don't know if I can live without you. So I'm down to ride when you're by my side. You can let your guard down with me, baby. With me. You don't ever have to worry about a thing. Never have to worry about a thing. I know he did you wrong, crying all night long, asking all along, what did I do wrong? Girl, it wasn't you, nothing you could do. I'm not him, I promise. Let your guard down with me, baby. Guard down with me, baby. Guard down with me, baby. Guard down with me, baby.
Right, look, I was trying to get you to figure out if you lean to the side, they can see your face, they can see all you, because you was I'm like, I don't even care that we're gonna be on the side. I wish that StreamYard would come up with a way that we could play videos and be next to it. But
Right.
I purposely had us in the background that time. It wasn't no mistake. I was just trying to get us in here. But I'm gonna tell you, while you was back there bouncing, I was watching you bouncing and everything. Everybody was just going off. You got fire. You had the fire coming from different people. You had Pie was like fire. Elise was like fire. Larnice was like lit. Paula was like loving it. Auntie D was like loving it. David's like, I like that, bro. Larnice was like, wow, that's nice. They's like, I like the feeling. You know, everybody, you'll have to go back. I had all the comments on there. People were loving it. And I'm telling you,
Listen,
man, it's fire.
I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful. I'd like to thank Rob McCoy. That's my nephew. That dude is fire, man. He knows what he's doing. It's coming. He got a project coming. And listen, man, we just gonna keep making music. That's it. That's all we can do. As a matter of fact, I just did the video about 3 weeks ago. So the video will be out. You know, I'm supposed to get it back today. So after I view it and look at it and make sure that it's what it's supposed to be, you know what I mean, then I'm gonna release it.
I was watching a couple of the clips on Instagram of you doing the filming of it. Check out the comment on the screen now.
Uh-oh. Okay. I appreciate that, Miss Johnson.
That's Auntie D for you. My aunt said the cover is sexy as hell. So look, now it's up to you. I know we are scheduled for an hour. I mean, I could really just go to taking it out and playing a little bit of when you guys was at the Lease Club, or we could get into talking about, you mentioned Prince and the people that influenced you, and then talking about more about what you got planned or coming out with the project. It's up to you if you want to hang around.
Let's go, man. I'm here with you. We family.
All right. Well, then tell me, because you talked about Prince's, you know, he inspired you, but who influenced and molded you into the singer that you are right now? Oh, wait a minute. What'd you say? I wish it was on the karaoke information. I will learn it and sing it at karaoke. I love it. Okay, you got to go ahead and get it in there.
I will get it in there. Don't worry. I'll get it in there for you.
David said, I heard you sing with Bishop Daryl McFadden and the Disciples.
That's right. Those are the homies. DMD for life, baby. You going to see me there again, too. It's going to happen.
All right, now. So talk about, and we got to share, your show is tomorrow. I got the flyer for that, so we got to remember to put that up, too. Don't let me forget that. So who influenced you and molded you as a singer? Besides mama.
Listen, my mom started off, as I said before. I watched her sing, and I wanted to sing like her. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I ended up singing with my sisters first. You know, we making harmony, bubbling, brown sugar. That's we listen. We make it.
You know what's happening?
Come on, me and my sisters. We had that thing down packed, man. That's the bottom line.
Was that doing the What's Happening thing when they came on there singing it? No.
Yo, me and my sisters had that thing down. Then, you know what I mean? Of course, you know, me watching all the artists in the 80s, man, like just sitting back, kick back, watching all the artists, man, that inspired me, that made me want to do this thing for real was Michael Jackson, Prince, New Kids on the Block, New Edition, okay? The Group Today, and the Force MDs. Like, just that group, right? Those guys, right? And Bobby Brown. I can't forget about Bobby Brown. Like, and all those artists that I just named is embedded into my soul. Like, when you see me perform and sing, I'm talking about me as an individual, you will see all of those artists in me. You know what I mean? So those are the guys that I studied so much, man. I mean, listen, there was a time where I wanted to be Michael Jackson. I wanted to be Prince. I wanted to be Bobby Brown. I wanted to be in New Edition. I wanted to be the sixth member of that group. You understand what I'm saying? I wanted to be in New Kids on the Block. I wanted to be in the group from Jersey Today. I wanted to be the fifth member of that group real bad. You know what I mean? So it was just, you know, I wanted to be with Bobby Brown. I wanted to be his dancer. I wanted to be his hype guy. Like, I wanted to be a part of all those dudes, man. The Force MDs as well. I wanted to be in that group. So just watching all of the artists during that time and loving my favorites, man, I got that desire to sing. I started singing more, you know what I mean? And when that time was called for me, that situation to sing, I knew I wasn't going to sing by myself. So I had to go get some of the homies that I knew that can sing, that will sing at a drop of a hat. And that's how Riff got started, man. And that's how I got into the singing. Because I was surely a drummer first, but that right there, man. So I think those two ladies, man, that went to Mr. Clark, starting trouble and tried to get me in trouble. Because without them,
you need to cut them a check.
Huh?
You need to cut both of them a check.
I need to cut them a check, right?
Look, Michelle said Force MDs were so unsung. Absolutely, Michelle. Now I think about it. All of those groups that you talked about, they all have that feel-good music. They didn't have that crazy music. So that makes me think about, what's your take on the industry today with the music and how it's impacting our youth and our generations? I mean, what's your thought about WAP?
Hey man, you know what? I haven't listened to it not one time, but I heard about it. I just haven't listened to it.
It's off the hook.
Well, you know, this is what I heard. I just haven't listened to it. It's not my cup of tea. I mean, I like Cardi B. Don't get it twisted now. I like her. She's funny to me. She's a joke. You know what I mean? Every time I see her, she's doing something that's just off the wall. I don't really know her personally, but everything that I've seen on her so far, this far, it's been comical. You know, I think she's pretty, you know what I mean? But I haven't heard WAP. But as far as the music today, I like some of it. I do. I really do like some of it. I think the kids today are very creative. It's not what I like to do. I have to stay true to what I do. You know what I mean? Like I said, I do like, you know, like With Me has that Papa feel to it. You know, as a youngster, that, you know, that's why I gave him the track, you know, because he had his ear to the street. But I told him, I don't want to sing about nothing negative, man. I want to talk about love. Because he had given me a lot of records to listen to. And it wasn't talking about that. It was talking about doing things, to ladies that I just wasn't ready to sing on record. You understand what I'm saying? It's not, I have to sing in a whole nother way. People aren't making love no more, man. They like going straight at it, you know what I mean? And I'm not from that cloth. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I like to take it slow. You feel me? Build up to that excitement type of thing, you know? And people aren't doing that. And the music is reflecting that real bad, man. Like, people are wilding today. But like I said, I'm not like totally mad at some of the music that's out there, man. I wish that music can stay like where it was in the 80s and the 90s. That's just a wish that I wish for, because the music was so different, and it was a lot of it, and it was everybody, like, and you just enjoyed everything that came out. You understood the words. You know, you can't remember some of the words that you hear today, but you remember those words back then, like you picked it up like that. So it's like, I just wish that there was like a chance, a half a chance, that music can come back like that. You know what I mean? It was so much different, so much better. And that's just my opinion. You know, right. But that's what I think.
Harold said, tell the truth, baby, or shame the devil. But you know, that look, I agree with you, because I really think when you talk about it, how you can remember the words to old songs. And you know, your girl Tasha can't sing, but I will sing. I can't sing, but I will sing, okay? And people get entertained about it. I think it was Natasha Davenport that said, you don't even care that you don't sound good. Nope, because I'm having fun. I don't even care. That's it, Tasha. You can remember the words of the old song. Today is really like you just hear the beats. And it's not often that it's later on that you're like, that's what that been saying. You know, you don't realize until it's like your 100th time, and you're like, I was grooving to that. Oh hell no, let me change the channel. Yeah. But that's the difference with me. The words hit me. The words, it all gelled together. Right. It all gelled together, and we just don't have that kind of feel with our music anymore. And then we don't understand why our men are treating our women the way they are, or why our women don't value themselves the way they are anymore, because of the message that's being sent out to people and people not caring about it. And you know, and I kind of like had this debate with somebody over the whole WAP thing, and they were like, well, you know, back in the day we had Luke, you know, and his music, and into me and stuff, you know, but you didn't know. I mean,
we had a variety of stuff though. We had Luther Vandross. Come on, man. Freddie Jackson. Come on, son. Babyface. The Deal. Ready for the World. True.
Rip it on me, baby.
A lot of stuff out. A lot of stuff out. It was a lot of music. We had Michael Jackson. Come on, Prince. We had a lot of. Nowadays you come on the radio, it's the same thing. Terrible. I can't. It's crazy.
Terrence told me about you don't care about the way you sound or about knowing the words. Shut up, Terrence. Yes, yes, that's what it is. So okay, so tell us what's coming. Well, you already talked about the Nitty project, right? So tomorrow you got a show going on. I'm gonna put the banner up, and you just need to tell the people about what's going on tomorrow on your vibe session, and remind them how they can get to it and watch it.
Yeah, well, basically, vibe sessions, we on at 7 p.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time, and this is we're interviewing Stellar Award-winning Keith Wonderboy Johnson. Now, he's a gospel artist, you know what I mean? But I tell you, he's been in the game since he was a little boy. He's not a little boy anymore. You know what I mean? But his music has lasted the test of time. He's still winning awards, man, and people appreciate what he laid down, for the past 30 years, man. He's just been grinding, and we're going to celebrate him on tomorrow on Vibe Sessions. Me and my little brother, you know what I mean? We're going to celebrate his music and his legacy, man. We're going to have a good time, man. We're going to ask him questions about life, love, and music, because that's what we represent. And we just gonna chop it up with him, man. That's our brother. And y'all, you know, if y'all not doing nothing, stop by, check it out. I promise you, you will leave feeling good about it, because that's just what we do. We bring it like that, man. It's real down to earth. It's a laid back show. Me and my little brother, we get busy when we have guests up there, man. You know, they got to calm me down sometimes because I get excited. You know what I mean? But I'm going to be on level. I'm going to start at that level 5. Now, I'm going to let you know that right now. I'm going to be hyped. It's going to be level 5. Probably after, you know, about time as we progress, I'll probably get to 10. But when I'm on 10, like, it's uncontrollable. And I don't really be recognizing it at the time. But stop by tomorrow. It's going to be entertaining. You're going to love the music. You're going to love the guests. And check us out every Sunday at 7. I promise you, you will not regret it. Just check us out at Nitty Green, Facebook. We have at Vibe Sessions Official. Check us out, man, and tell us what you think, man. I promise you, you will be recognized, because my brother, he seems to, like, you know, knows who's in there. Because I, like, from where I am, I don't see. I'm going to go buy a computer today to see if I can be able to see the comments. It's just that I don't be seeing the comments. He does, and he doesn't miss anybody. He says hi to everybody, man, and let you know. Thank y'all for stopping by our page. So come through, check us out, tell us what you think, man, and that's where we at. Bye,
that's what we, baby. That's what we need to do. Ain't nothing like trying to do these comments. You know, people be like, Tasha, the only reason why I'm not in the studio with WBGR is because of the pandemic.
The pandemic.
And I was looking forward to having you guys come back, because they were building the studio where I was going to have a studio with a 30-person live audience that could be there. And I was looking forward to having you guys come and perform there and everything. And the pandemic stopped the construction and all that stuff too. And I've told the owner, I was like, Lana, I'm not coming back until the new studio is done. And I had no intentions on going back to doing Hanging Your Girl Tasha from home. But I started having the politicians reach out to me because they wanted to get their interviews on because they're running for office. And then I was like, okay. And then I was like, other people started reaching out. So I said, all right, I guess I'm back to doing Hanging with Your Girl Tasha. But now I'm at the helms by myself. So Pive, you running this StreamYard, shout out to you, man, because you know it takes some maneuvering and concentration to get through this and catch every comment and make sure that everybody has a great feeling. So we're gonna go back and catch the fact that Harlan said we had a variety of songs out, but back then it was clean and you used your imagination. That's right. We knew what Juicy Fruit was. Yeah. And Michelle said Luke wasn't the majority back there, and now it seems like everything is just ratchet for the majority. David said that Keith is a gospel legend, and Elise, I know this. She loved you. She said, "As Nitty Pie and Danielle, you guys do a great job." Thank you, Elise. Said a great interview, Tasha. I appreciate that, love. And what is Terrence said? Do we just go to his page and send a friend request? He has a you tell him Nitty.
My man, you could just reach it. You could go right to Nitty Green, you know, at Facebook and just send a request, and we got you, brother. That's it. I'm looking forward in seeing your face, man. Let's go, baby. Let's turn up 20,000 degrees. And look, check it out. Danielle is our producer, man. And listen,
I need one of those.
She runs this, you know, the same thing from StreamYard. She pops cats in and she plays the videos, and it's a lot of hard work, man. Like, there's no way I will be able to do that, yo. It's crazy.
He popped off and he already went to the page and sent your request. All right, good job, Terrence. Yeah, Danielle. Look, I need one of those producers. I need a producer. Danielle,
to help you out.
The page is public too. But yeah, I need a producer because this is some shenanigans to try to do this thing.
But man, it looks good. It looks good, Tasha. You got the burgundy in the back. It looks good.
I'm trying to do just a little something.
I see you.
So now what I do have to do is I got to tell you guys before we before I'm gonna let Nitty give one closing if there's something that he didn't get to say, but I always gotta let you know about what's coming up next week on Hanging with Your Girl Tasha. So of course we have coming back to us candidate for Prince George's County Circuit Court Judge Gladys Weatherspoon, guys. She wasn't expected to get through to the primary to the general, but she's here and she's coming back on to talk to you guys about why you still need to vote for her. And of course, for anybody that's looking to be a guest on the show, you know, you could catch me Saturdays at 11 a.m. Call me to book your on me on the show. Is 240-545-5695. You could be a featured guest, and like I said, it's political candidates, entrepreneurs, community leaders, authors, and if you just got something positive, you could be here. If you got something crazy, you ain't gonna be here, okay? And it's all about it's all about just feeling good, okay? So what's the last thing that you just want to say to people to inspire them, or just the last thought or memory you want them to have of Nitty Green this time being on Your Girl Tasha?
All right, but first I want to say to you, like Riff, like whenever you're ready to get the whole group up on your page on the show, just let me know. We can book that. And the same thing for Men of Vision. We are ready to interview, talk about our new material and stuff like that. So we are ready. So you let us know when, and we're gonna connect it. This StreamYard is amazing. It's a great platform. You can get different boxes up there now. I'm starting to know exactly. This is excellent. But the last thing that I want everybody to know, man, is like just you know, check me out on the Vibe Sessions. Right now, I'm very, very happy with what we're doing over there. Check us out on Vibe Sessions, man. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. You know, me and my little brother and Danielle, man, this is a platform where we're talking about life, love, and music. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Stop through. Check us out 7 o'clock on Sundays, man. You will not be disappointed. And check out that new single from Nitty Green with me. You know, stream it, download it, whatever you want to do, man. Like, you know, it's just music, feel good music, and you know, we just trying to keep it going. Check out the new material that we got coming with Riff and Men of Vision. It's on the way. And I like to send shout outs to my boys Anthony Fuller, Stephen Capers, Andre Lamar, Delvis Damon. That's the Riff crew. And I like to send a shout out to the Men of Vision crew, which is Spanky, my man G Fly, my man Styles. You know what I mean? My man Chill the Lover. Peace, brothers. Just want to say hello to y'all, brother. And Sean Brand, what up, dude?
All right, we got comments running. Yes, Michelle, you missed it. This is the Vibe Session tomorrow to catch him tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern on Nitty Green on Facebook, or he said, what was it, official Vibe Session, Nitty?
Yep.
Okay, so Michelle missed that. As far as Men of Vision and Riff, you know my babes, Riff, you know the guys, because we love that night. We was just yelling that night. Everybody could definitely come back on here. Danielle, you said that I should have Pi McElvin come on to talk about his book. I have a lot of authors come on. We can make that happen. Let's get you scheduled to make that happen. Carolyn says she is going to YouTube to find your song. Baby girl, don't worry about it. I'm going to shoot it right into your inbox as soon as the show is over, okay? And as Elise said, a good way or easy way to find them is to go by hashtag Vibe Sessions.
Thank you, Elise.
Sessions. And Michelle Ford says thank you. And guys, again, this is just the end to another awesome. I'm glad to have you hanging around, brother. You know, and we got to give a shout out because, guys, some of y'all don't know how this all happened. I do, as y'all know, I do a health and wellness business with some awesome products. And I was on trial vending down in Atlanta, Georgia at the Atlanta Convention Center when I ran into Dr. Pinky Miller. And that was at a time that I had just began doing a Hanging with Your Girl Tasha show on a WBGR. And she actually flew up here to be a guest on my show. And she was a student at Eastside High School, and she was cool enough to put me in contact with Nitty. And that's how this has all happened. And
listen,
I think
Pinky Miller. Thank you so much, Pinky, because Tasha is like a gem. So to know Tasha, man, like I'm so happy that you came into my life. And then to actually meet you, like you look beautiful. Like listen, you kind of remind me of my aunt, man. You look like somebody in my family. So you're a beautiful person inside, man, and out, man. Your spirit, the spirit, man. Look at that. Look at that. Come on, man. We had a good time that night, man. It was awesome.
Yes, we did. Pinky said, "Girl, he light skinned like you. I think y'all are vibe together." All right, guys. So we will see you taking it out with a little bit of the grown-up riff so that you can know that they actually got it and they still sound just as good, if not better. And I'm gonna tell you, you gotta catch one of their shows when they do come back. When we get through this COVID stuff, we were supposed to have a 30-year anniversary celebration,
Right.
you know, and all this stuff. Supposed to do stuff at the Howard Theater and different things we were trying to work on. And you know, COVID, it only put us in pause, baby. But we're gonna be back to play very soon. So with that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in and see you next week.
Hi, we're Riff, and we're hanging with your girl, Tasha.
Praise thy name, praise thy name, to ever, yeah. Lend our hearts and hands to help increase thy fame. Oh Lord, the honor, yeah, of all these thy high, bring forth thou with loyalty, so cheer for dear old East Side Life on to victory. Ooh, all aboard, aboard East Side High, all aboard, yes, East Side High, all aboard, yes, East Side High. Fellas,
Nobody hotter. Thank you for tuning in with your girl Tasha. We handle business, we ain't about to gossip. Here to uplift ya. Now it's time to boss up. Hey, hey, tune in, nah, you can't miss. Making sure that you get your daily wake up list. We yelling bam, good vibes, good energy. Bam, being authentically me. Shout out Little Mo and Trinity. That's mini me. Gotta keep it in the family. Hey, your girl Tasha, YGT. Time to get it hype. Hey, this is what you need. Hey, go ahead, turn it up. This my jam. Being authentically me like bam. With your girl Tasha, hey, let's dance. Being authentically me like bam. Yeah, now it's time to get it. Wake up, time to handle business. Yeah, hey, now it's time to get it. Wake up, time to handle business. Yeah, we about to get it live with your girl Tasha. Hey, like bam. Let's go.